first recipe is a cheesecake with an exciting flavour combination of pumpkin and stem ginger. For most people, pumpkin is just a Halloween thing, or maybe the occasional bowl of pumpkin soup or pie. But this bulbous veg has hidden depths, as I discovered. Mark and Verity Batchelor have been growing pumpkins in the North Kent countryside for the last 6 years and turned themselves into pumpkin heroes. But I'm here today to find out a little bit more about this seasonal veg. I'm not just here today on a fact-finding mission, I also need to pick a pumpkin to use in my cheesecake.
We've got 16 different varieties. Of that, 7 are the traditional orange, and the other ones are varying other colours, multicoloured, some of them.
Are they a short growing crop then? How long does it take to grow, start to finish?
We plant the seeds in May, and they're ready to harvest by beginning of September.
And do you enjoy pumpkins? You cook with pumpkin?
I do cook with pumpkin. It's still new to us, you know, finding the right ones for the right dishes.
They're all edible, but they are all
edible.
For cooking.
Absolutely, and some I think are literally produced for the look of them. You know, we've had inquiries about white pumpkins for weddings, that sort of thing. So there's a big market for pumpkins other than just eating them.
What is that?
It's just a decorative gourd.
OK, that's got to be the strangest thing I've ever seen. That looks like a cottage loaf. That's weird. That's a squash.
Yes.
The pumpkin really is a versatile vegetable. Beyond your more obvious soups, purees and pies, it's also great in breads, puddings, risottos and pasta. What's it taste like?
Quite a sweet taste, so really enjoyed that one.
Oh, that's interesting. I had no idea there were so many different colours, varieties, sizes. I just thought pumpkin were all sort of this big and that's it, but they're like something out of another planet. Speaking of other planets, I've heard there's a pumpkin lurking somewhere here that has extraterrestrial qualities. Look at the size of it. Looks like a mutant. It's the mutant. You'd spend hours carving that, couldn't you?
And this one I'd planted out, forgotten about it, didn't do anything with it, and that's the honest truth. Came out one day and thought, oh, that's working. I'm not even going to help you.
There's just no way. Is this the biggest one you've grown?
This is the biggest one that I've grown. If we'd had a warmer spring, we could have probably, hopefully, have grown a bigger pumpkin. So next year the challenge is on again.
Actually, you could sort of carve it into a nice chair for your house, couldn't you? I'm looking over there and I can see, not a coconut shy, but a pumpkin shy.
It is a pumpkin shy. The children love it. But
I'm a bit of a kid. Can I have a go?
Yeah, no, sure. Well done.
Well, I did say I was a big kid. I love driving tractors. She should have been a farmer, not a baker. Should have been a farmer. Enough of the fun and games. I've got some serious tasting to do. So, show me the pumpkins. Verity has lined up an impressive harvest to taste. They come in all shapes and sizes, but I'm on the lookout for something sweet. OK, so we've got all our pumpkins lined up.
We have.
Neatly like soldiers. The reason why I wanted to come here to check out the pumpkins, first of all, I was astonished by the variety that you've got, and again here. But it's for me to pick a pumpkin to go with my cheesecake. So what's the first pumpkin that we have here?
This is Moonscape.
It's got a bit of sweetness to it.
It has. It's quite fibrous, I think.
I think that would go really well roasted with a Sunday roast. Speckled hound.
Speckled hound.
Nice texture. This isn't the more conventional pumpkin.
Yeah.
Fibrous, quite sinewy. What was this one again?
Snowman.
Snowman. It's a good eat. It's moist.
I must find it too watery.
I've eaten pumpkin before, but these taste as different as they look. Each with a varied texture and an earthiness. The next one has a very promising name. What's this one?
This is small sugar.
lot sweeter.
It is a lot sweeter. This is a new variety. We didn't grow this last year, so this is the first time of trying it.
That's the guy I'm going to put in my cheesecake. Would you agree with that?
I think that's a good choice.
Remember, a pumpkin is for baking, not just for carving. I'm joined by our pumpkin farmers, Mark and Verity, who have brought the key ingredient for my pumpkin and ginger cheesecake. Do you know what the best part of that day was?
Go on.
Trying to lift that massive pumpkin in that field. I think it broke me back. Is it still there? Is it still OK?
No, it went to the show for the heaviest pumpkin, and it did win. It did win.
It did win?
And I took a second one just to make sure that I came second as well.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
So where is it now, then?
It's currently on the farm, sitting, waiting for show when people come to the farm.
I think it's amazing. Now, we decided to use the little sugar, wasn't it? Which was the
small sugar, yes.
The small sugar, that's right. The small sugar pumpkin to go inside the cheesecake I'm going to make. Now, that's the small sugar, isn't it?
It is.
Now, which one do you reckon I should use? This one?
Yeah, that looks good.
I mean, the colour, it's more like a classic pumpkin, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's slightly more ridged than some of the other ones that we grow, but it's yeah, it's your classic pumpkin.
Look at the colour in there.
Beautiful,
It's
beautiful.
so
orange,
nice, isn't it? It's so good. Now, what I'm going to make is a ginger and pumpkin cheesecake, and I hope it does your pumpkin justice.
I can't wait to try it.
Remove the skin from the pumpkin and chop it into cubes. It's not quite like doing a melon. It's a little bit more harder than that.
You've got to watch your fingers.
You have. Add butter and sugar with stem ginger syrup to infuse the flavour into the pumpkin flesh. So the whole thing together will go into a roasting oven and basically set it around 200. It'll take about 15, 20 minutes just to break that down. Well, realistically, it might take slightly less. It depends. You need to get that nice and soft. And that'll go straight into the oven. So what you end up with are beautiful, tender pieces of pumpkin in the ginger syrup, and then the butter, it's almost making its own little toffee. Now that goes to one side. I'm making individual cheesecakes, but you can always make a large one to share. Now the base, I'm using just rings here with silicone paper at the bottom of the tray. Now I'm going to use ginger biscuits, which I've crushed, pop that into a bowl. And over here I've got some melted butter. Add that to the ginger nuts, mix it round just to form a little bit of a paste. I've seen people who use all types of biscuits, but I think ginger works actually quite well. Get a little blob, drop it into the bottom of each one. As the cheesecake sets in the fridge, the butter will harden and firm up the bases. For the filling, start by whipping up some double cream. So when you've actually got your pumpkin at home, is there any way of sort of keeping it nice and shiny and keeping it looking its best?
Get the soil off it. Don't put any chips in it, cuts in it or anything, and keep it in a cool environment that's got an airflow.
So you don't advise putting furniture polish on it then?
Not unless you like the taste of it.
But you're not going to eat the skin, are you?
No, but I wouldn't put it on there.
I put furniture polish on that, give it a nice big shine. Or a bit of Vaseline. Again, that'll shine it all up, make it look really good. Into your whisk cream, add natural yoghurt and cream cheese. I've got some stem ginger here, which I'm going to slice into little pieces. I love stem ginger, don't you? Tip the pumpkin and the juices into a processor and blitz to create a smooth pumpkin paste. OK, happy with that. So what you've got is that sort of consistency, nice and soft and all a bit pulpy, but got a bit of body to it as well. Now that will go into your mixture here. And basically just stir it round. I don't want to mix it in. I want to cause almost a form of ripple through it. Now that'll do. So what you've got is all your bits of cream, your filly all mixed together with the yoghurt, and then streaks of the pumpkin. So when you hit it, you're going to taste it. Bring back the rings with the ginger nut base on it, and then start scooping out the filling and dropping it inside the ring. Pushing it down all the way. A little bit more in there. You can see that pumpkin. Once you've filled your cheesecake molds, or tin if you're making a larger one, put them into the fridge for a couple of hours to set, or even better, overnight. And it comes out looking not too dissimilar to that. You should be able to just pop it all the way through from the ring. Just push it up. There's one. Right, I think I've got an idea to make my life a little bit easier. Let's get a little spice jar, pop it over there, and that should bring it out a little bit easier. I think what I'll do to really heighten that pumpkin flavour, just pipe a little bit of pumpkin in the middle there. Just to let everybody know what they're eating. Crystallised ginger here as well. Cut off some shavings of that. Pop that on there as well. That certainly tells you what it is.
They look absolutely delicious. Got a real smell of the ginger.
It's got everything in there, hasn't it? So what you have there is ginger and pumpkin cheesecake. This creamy cheesecake comes with a zingy ginger kick. For an extra special treat, served with vanilla or ginger ice cream.